Hello. Okay. I did my makeup. After not having done my makeup in so long, I got a palette the other day. And we're Gucci. So, hello. Good evening, good morning, whenever you happen to be watching this. If you want to take a breath with me, we're going to take a breath because I'm supposed to be meditating. And so let's take a breath. 1, 2, 3. If you don't already know, let it out. If you don't already know what we're going to be talking about by the title of this, hello. We're going to be talking about a few things. And this might be a little bit of a chaotic video. I don't know. But I think that, and I believe this very firmly in my being, that anything that you desire is possible. If you are willing to work for it, if you're willing to extend yourself and do what you haven't done before, anything is possible. And I say this because I am literally a living example of that. And I've had conversations with people before certain things have manifested, before I've gotten certain things, and people have been very dowdy, very you can't do that. That's there's no way you can and literally I am living the dream. There's always room for improvement. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. There's definitely issues within my existence, whatever. But and I don't want to say this in a braggy sort of way because I do have to recognize having been in certain situations myself and also just being aware of what's going on. I do have to acknowledge that there are people who are every day of their life it's a struggle. They have to literally fend for their life every night and sometimes worry about being able to survive, and we could argue whether or not that's an internal thing and whether or not if they just switch their mindset they could live a more luxurious, peaceful existence. We could argue that, but that's not what we're arguing right now. I've been blessed to have so many wonderful experiences in my life, and currently as I speak I am living in the woods. Not in the woods, I said the woods. Living in the middle of nowhere, basically. With no rent or anything like that. Of course I do help out around the house, and I try to be as uplifting as possible when I can be, But I don't pay rent, and I don't have to worry about that. And I actually haven't had to think about rent in a while. It's been years since I've had to think about rent, and I have been homeless in between that time, but you know what I'm saying. And I think it's very possible, and honestly I wish we lived in a world I was thinking about this the other day, legitimately. I was I really do wish that we lived in a world where every single last person on the planet was prioritized. And we could talk about Starseed, we could talk about aliens and how there are certain races of aliens and whatnot that have a hive mind sort of mentality. It's everyone, and when I say hive mind I don't mean a sheep sort of, I said hive. Notice I said that. If one man is down, then we all kind of feel that, we all kind of take that, and it's we take in each other as ourselves, basically. I wish we lived in a world like that, where the government genuinely gave a fuck about us, other than what they can give, but that's not the kind of world we live in. But thankfully we are able to create and cultivate our own inner and external worlds within our personal bubble. So once again, I'm not arguing that though for people who are suffering though. That's not, because they don't know. A lot of these people don't have access to that information, and they kind of just are learning, as they go. And it's unfortunate that so many people are asleep to the machine that is trying to destroy us in a way. I'm laughing and I'm saying it in a positive way because this is very heavy and I don't really like talking about shit like this. And I'm also wearing makeup and I'm also looking really pretty and I'm so like feminine and stuff, so laugh about it. Anyways, every time I like get into this energy, like, because this is an energy, like this is, I'm channeling an energy to like bring forth to you if I can be transparent. And whenever I watch this back, it's like, it's mind blowing because like this isn't necessarily me. Like, I think we all know that like to some extent like there's a person, but this is like really bubbly. I'm like, honestly, part of me is kind of annoyed with it, like myself. But here we are, and I hope you're having a nice day. I hope you are drinking enough water, staying hydrated. I was supposed to bring a drink in here, but I did not do that, and so I do not have a drink in here. I've been working on music. I've been like doing a lot of stuff, and one of the things that I want to do with my life is make music and like be of entertainment to the masses. And I've been working on music, and I'm like so proud of myself, and like I don't know, I'm genuinely like in awe with myself. And I think it sucks sometimes thinking about how much joy and like passion that I have within myself, and like how many people out there are kind of like missing that within themselves, or like unaware that that exists within themselves, I should say. It really does suck. It's like a juxtaposition, and I'm sorry if like, you know, I feel like for some of you it's like a roller coaster of emotions, because like you're seeing this bubbly personality, but then I'm like talking about like really serious shit, you know, like no one should be homeless. No one should have to deal with that. Like that shouldn't be a thing. Like, I'm not saying necessarily that we shouldn't have to pay for our way, like whether through acts or like labor or whatever, but like generally no one should be homeless. Like what? And like I was thinking about it from like a woo-woo sort of esoteric lens the other day, and I was like, you know, because there has to be suffering so you can extract from the suffering, because you know suffering is an energy, and like similar to like Monsters Inc., you know, the screams of little children is an energy that can be used to power things. And like it sounds crazy when you say it like that. We could also think about the Matrix and how like people were technically like batteries for like the system, and it's kind of similar like that. And I try not to think about reality in that lens too often. Like, it is an awareness, it is an understanding, but I also recognize that I am able to like maintain my energy and like protect my energy in a way that I'm not necessarily as influenced as I could be if I wasn't as aware, you know? And like I'm saying this to like make you aware and like help you to understand that like there are forces under unfortunately that do not have your best interest in operation. And whether we attribute these forces to being like humans that live on this planet with us, or otherworldly entities, or other dimension, however you say that. I had trouble saying that the other day. Otherworldly entities, beings, whatever, etc., etc. Whatever we want to attribute it to, it's a thing, you know. And being aware of it is how you like are able to navigate and maneuver around that, you know. Sometimes I think about the temporality of life, and I'm like, it's crazy. Because there's so many things that we put so much emphasis on, that we put so much like seriousness on, so much weight on. You know, like taxes, bills, rent, like I just said, like even though that shouldn't really be a thing, but like we put all this weight on certain like things, and it's like, yeah, that's temporary, right? You know, like it is part of life, but it like that shouldn't be the basis of your reality. You know, like, and I really do. I've been encouraging the last few videos, the idea of like really being like rooted in yourself and like what you believe and what you understand. And if you don't have an understanding of that, it's, you know, if you're watching this video, what's up? It's time for you to get like serious about it. Like, what do you believe? Like, if I were to ask you, like, what are your core beliefs? Like, what are some things that you believe about reality that just has to be, you know? And like dig into that, like, because beliefs are malleable, you know. one belief that I have, if you were to ask me that, would be that humans need love. Creatures of life need love. We need love. And you can argue that some of us are more hermit and more like, I want to be on my own. But we all need love. We all want to feel seen and feel heard and feel, cared for. And another belief of mine that kind of goes hand in hand with this is that I am like naturally loving. Like I have a big heart. I tend to care about people, even if that care is not warranted, and maybe misplaced. Well, not misplaced, but like unwarranted. Once again, like I said, like it's not really like why do you care about this person? Like they want to literally kill you. Like why do you care about their well-being? But I have that sort of love. Like that's one of my beliefs, and it's more than a belief because it is what it is. But like for the sake of this conversation, for the sake of this moment, it is a belief. And like once again, if you haven't thought about that stuff, I really would urge you to like think about that. Like, what do you believe in? What do you like? Do you believe that there's like a higher power? Or do you genuinely believe that there's like a divine hand being like, hey, what's up? At will. Like, what do you believe? Do you believe we just rot in the ground? I'm just posing the question. These are for you. Once again, I don't know when I'm going to post this. Right now it's the 10th of September. And there is a full moon that is coming on the 18th. So maybe I'll hold on to this video until then. I have a lot of different content, like, queued up, honestly. Like, I have so many tabs open. Like, you can't see, but I have so many tabs open on my screen. And most of them are for Patreon, and then I have like some music stuff going on and YouTube and whatnot and what forth. Also, my journal. If you don't journal, if you haven't been journaling, I would really urge you to get into journaling. Like, I might not journal as much as I would love to, and like all the time. Like sometimes it's kind of like sporadic. Like I'll like go a couple days without journaling, and then I'll journal and I'll be like, oh yeah, here's what happened, and blah 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 blah. And then like, maybe I'll journal the next day and then like take a break or whatever. I don't know. But like I do have a document. Like, and I've been doing this since like 2022. Where I just journal my thoughts in that document throughout the year from the 1st to the last day of December, basically. And once again, I've done this 2022, 2023, and then also 2024. And I find it really helpful, like, for a multitude of reasons. For one, it gives me the opportunity to be able to look back at like what I was doing and what I was thinking about, what I was like thinking to write about. And because like not all of my thoughts get logged, I don't like write about everything. Like I try to honestly, with the intention of like crafting my reality, I do try to like be intentional about what I'm journaling about. But sometimes it is very random. It is very just like, here's a thing that's happening and like here's how I feel about it, and then like I'm never talk about it again because it's just like I don't want to focus on that. That's not part of my reality, like I would actually, if I could, encourage you to like do that too, like if that makes sense for you. If it doesn't, whatever, but like making sure that you are intentional with what you are logging, like even if something undesirable happens, like you just maybe try to frame it in a way that is like thematic to the rest of the story or whatever, but this is just advice, this is just thoughts. Anyways, I'm excited. Like, this music, I'm like on a high that is not just because of the marijuana. And I'm like so appreciative. I'm so thankful, And I'm gonna change this also, if I could. Green. I'm so excited. Like, I'm nobody when it comes to music. I have no credentials or anything. But I've been like putting so much of myself into like music, like the last year or so. It's crazy to think that I've been doing this for a year. Like, it's wild. So I'm just really proud of myself, I guess. And if you want to take a moment to be proud of yourself, because some of you have probably quite a lot of stuff to be proud of. Like, I imagine some of you are like being really productive in your career, in your job, or like just generally taking care of yourself. And that's a lot to like, put down on your resume, like the fact that you are taking care of yourself. Like obviously you wouldn't put that on your work resume, but in terms of like overall like energy, like taking care of yourself is a lot. Like it can be a lot for some of us at certain points in our lives. So be proud of yourself. Okay. All right. I don't know what else to say in this video. I don't know what else needs to come through. If you would like to check out the links down below, I'm going to put some links down below and you can check that out. And generally, I hope you have a nice rest of your day. I hope that you took something from this video. I hope this was useful to you. This was a very chaotic video. I know, I recognize that. But thank you for being here. Have a good one.